Once again, Billy Jack on location, this time from lovely Honolulu, Hawaii. This time we'll be looking at another old world mystery, the famous Iolani Palace. I pass this several times a week. It's usually at night, so I never get to see this during the day. Today we will be re-examining this old world relic. Starting from the rear courtyard, there's many things that I wanted to point out here. Number one, this red brick structure, this old red brick structure behind here. Let's take a look at this tree that's growing into this. It took a long time for this tree to grow around this red brick structure. All right, a couple hundred years, wouldn't you say? All right, now back to Iolani Palace. As we zoom in on the center colonnade at the top, you can clearly see the blockwork. The size of the blocks also. Almost like modern day cinder blocks you'd buy at Lowe's or Home Depot. There's one thing I wanted to point out to everybody here, which is very difficult to see because of the bird netting on the second floor. However, let me get the right angle on. On the second floor, from the right, the first, second, and third windows. Between the first, second window, and between the second and third, you can clearly see the red bricks behind the thin stucco siding that has been put on this wall. So, this is a red brick structure, hence the red brick thing behind the building itself. Today, the main thing we're here to see is the depth of the mud flood that happened here. Let's not beat around the bush. After thoroughly looking at this thing appears to be about 8 feet deep in the mud. The mud came from the mountainside behind that big building right there. They have dug this building out and placed this protective wall around the building itself. Nobody knows when this was made. This is in all the pictures. Not the wall, but it's mud flooded in all the pictures. Let's take a look at how this staircase lines up with this building. As we can see, there's already stress cracks on this retaining wall right here. It's split at the weakest point, straight down the middle, all the way down the wall. Now, let's look at this staircase that's been added after this event happened. It doesn't line up very good. Looking underneath the staircase, we can clearly see what remains of the original entrance, now used as some type of electrical circuitry board, blocked up. The original entrance is now blocked up. Just looking at the staircase here, the unusual thing about it, it appears to be made out of steel. It's hollow. Wouldn't it be made out of cement to go along with the rest of everything here? Now let's look at this right here close. See the stress fractures? This thing is cracked on all the weakest points. Look at this. Look at the stress cracks on this thing. Not only is it cracked there, this structure pushing up against this wall like it was not made to be is going to start fracturing the side of this building sooner or later. And you should be able to see some type of stress cracks in this. I'm sure it's been covered many times. You can see that block right there appears to have almost been touched up around the edges. You can also see the original caps of these columns. Very detailed cast iron work. I wonder if the Rashawn Iron Works, quite possibly. I don't know if the whole column is, but I suppose it is. Quite possibly the same people that made the gate over on Fort Street made this. Once again, take into consideration the depth of which this structure is buried in the mud. This would line up with the buildings on Nuanu Street and Merchant Street. The windows would have gone down low to the ground. Front door doesn't look right, does it? Front door's missing. The real one's down there. I wonder, did they just block up the entrance and put the original door upstairs? Is that the way they did that? The dirt has been pulled away from the base because it's weakening the red brick. It's making it crumble. So they put this wall around here and pulled it away so this thing would dry out. The date at which it was dug out, that's a mystery. Somebody knows when they did it. But it was after the mud flood. Billy Jack on location.